You get a little moody sometimes, but I think that's because you like to read. People that like to read are always a little fucked up. Once you have traveled, the voyage never ends, but is played out over and over again in the quietest chambers. The mind can never break off from the journey. Music could ache and hurt, that beautiful music was a place a suffering man could hide. No story is a straight line. The geometry of a human life is too imperfect and complex, too distorted by the laughter of time and the bewildering intricacies of fate to admit the straight line into its system of laws. I could bear the memory, but I could not bear the music that made the memory such a killing thing. When Mom and Dad went to war, the only prisoners they took were the children. Here is all I ask of a book: give me everything. Everything, and don't leave out a single word. But even her demons she invested with inordinate beauty, consecrated them with the dignity of her attention. Walking the streets of Charleston in the late afternoons of August was like walking through gauze or inhaling damaged silk. But no one walks out of his family without reprisals. A family is too disciplined an army to offer compassion to its deserters. He was one of those rare men who are capable of being fully in love only once in their lives. Even today, I hunt for the fabulous books that will change me utterly. I find myself happiest in the middle of a book which I forget that I am reading, but am instead immersed in a made-up life lived at the highest pitch. I lived with the terrible knowledge that one day I would be an old man still waiting for my real life to start. Already, I pitied that old man. Some things don't mix. Some things don't mix at all, but sometimes in life you have to take the risk. Every woman I had ever met who walked through the world appraised and classified by an extraordinary physicality had also received the keys to an unbearable solitude. It was the coefficient of their beauty, the price they had to pay. I stood face to face with the moon and the ocean and the future that spread out with all its bewildering immensity before me.